So this is Charles's 2005 Pontiac Grand Am. We drove all the way from Alaska to Hamburg, Pennsylvania so far. I wasn't too thrilled when he said he had a Pontiac when we first got the car. He told me he had a Pontiac, and I've previously owned 2 Chevrolets and had both of them, the motors blow up in them. So I was not excited.
4,000 miles so far,
yeah,
and
miles.
Right. That when I think of these, the Pontiacs now, I don't even know what body code it is. It's not a J body. It's something bigger, or it may be a derivative of a J body. I remember when these were new because one of the first ones was in one of the last Lethal Weapon movies.
Oh, yeah?
With Mel Gibson and Chris Rock was in it, and it was supposed to be big and futuristic because so early 2000s. May I open it?
Oh, go ahead.
This dash, the bubbles,
yeah,
as they go across, it's like we're living in the future.
Yep.
This, like the early 2000s, or just like 99 and 2000s, were all about these curves, the design.
Yep.
Let's have no hard angles at all. And now, of course, everything's about lines, like the new Fiesta and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it is. It does, yeah. From Alaska to Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And you guys are from York originally?
Yeah, New York, like an hour north of New York City. Right.
That's a lot of bugs. Of course,
Yeah.
it's Alaska, and it's nothing but bugs
Yeah.
in the summertime. It's just devastation on the front of this.
mosquitoes and state bird.
Paved, or a lot of it may have been paved, but they tore it up to repave it.
Yeah?
And it was pretty rough in some sections. It was incredible. I highly recommend it to anybody who has a chance to do something like that, to do it.
What were the gas prices on the highway?
Pretty good. It was like about a Canadian dollar a liter.
All right. I can't do the math in my head.
75 cents right now. 75 cents American is $1 Canadian.
All right.
So it's however many dollars Canadian you spend, subtract that many quarters.
Any modifications to the motor?
No.
Nope.
Nope. Nothing.
So we can look at the GM V6.
Yes,
That's right.
And all its V60 glory.
Okay. You have no leaks. At least none that I can see.
Something was going on over
Yeah,
here,
we
but
had
I don't
something
know what.
happening there.
Yeah.
It looks like it was coolant, but it's
No, you got
red,
some
and
goo.
The coolant in here is. Oh, do you want to tell them about the story when you had your girlfriend's father do the head gasket? And
Okay.
Yeah, we were trying. We had a fuel problem. I was hemorrhaging fuel, and we figured out that it was the
fuel pressure
regulator was leaking. But we had the top off, basically, and he put a bunch of paper towels in the what are they,
like the valley between the head.
Okay.
So
the valve
the intake, yeah.
The valve covers are off.
He took the intake and I think the valve covers and everything off to check some stuff. He put paper towels on it.
Right.
And then he instructed Charles.
And then he said, get in, and he said, crank it. Wet the paper towels in it. And I, being a dummy, I should have realized that I don't know. I feel stupid because I should have known that would be bad, but
he
said crank it.
Over.
I hear crank it. I think turn it over. So I turn it over. All the paper towels sucked into the engine.
Oh.
Six into the block. Yeah. It was real good.
So they had to pull the head off.
So we pulled the head off.
And take the paper towel.
So when he said crank it, what did he really mean?
He meant put it in the on position, I guess, to cycle the.
Isn't that a stupid way of saying that?
Okay. Turn the key to accessory,
Yeah.
or
Right.
turn the key. Just turn the electrics on.
Right.
Yeah.
As an English major,
But
never leave to chance what your audience takes away from your instructions.
That's right.
Exactly.
Crank it.
Crank it.
He
But
was
it's
all
so much.
upset.
It's
That's
so much
on
quicker.
him.
It's on him. That's what
Yeah.
I keep saying.
He was very upset, and I said, no, that's totally on him. I would have done the same thing. I'm sure everyone would have done the same thing.
I remember riding in cars like these too. Now this is 2005.
Yeah.
So I graduated college in 04. Cars, does the AC work?
Yes.
And we'll have a little AC
yeah.
so we can put the windows up and talk. I think I'm good to go. That takes me back. The Pioneer head unit.
We just
right in here.
installed that. He had the stock radio. I said, I am not driving 4,000 miles with the stock radio.
With what did it have? A tape deck or a CD?
It was a CD, but
but it had no aux jack.
No aux jack.
No
Yeah, that was
music.
important.
I know.
That's all I wanted was the aux jack. Yeah, this one wanted me to cut into the ignition wire, and I was like, before a trip like this.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's running up on a bike. Look at this Honda.
Oh, look at that.
Look at this guy.
He's so cool.
Oh my God. Well, the motorcycles, they'll just leave him in the dust.
I know.
Oh, and he blackened out his taillights so they don't work.
We had quite a few people, well, not quite a few, it's like 2 or 3 people on the ALCAN that wanted to hitch a ride, but as you can see from the shape of the back seat, it's,
it's kind of impossible.
Not going to happen.
Picking up people in the ALCAN, little sketchy.
Little sketchy.
I mean, I loved Alaska, but it definitely was the Florida of the North.
Oh, that's a great way to explain it.
It's
having lived in both places, I can say.
You go to Florida because that's as far as you can go.
Right.
You're getting away from something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the same deal was with Alaska. I was tired of PA. I needed work, and there was work in Alaska. So you go.
Yep.
And I guess with Alaska, you get a hardier group of people because it's a bit of capital to get there. It's not, you can drive it, but the ALCAN highway will determine what condition your car's in.
Yep.
Like things, oh, that back window broke. We were using our GoPro mount to hold the window closed.
Oh, okay. Whatever works.
What else?
Oh, floaty ride. Here we go up over the hill. Wee.
There's a lot of that.
It feels like a town car. On one hand, worn out shocks are a little nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this amount of floatiness on a long ride would make me a little bit car sick.
Yeah.
Because of the bobbing. You go over a bump and you keep going for the remainder of the block.
We're also like loaded to the gills. Like the trunk is packed full. I bought a big thing of tools when I was up there, like in case something happened.
Good deal.
And then we've got a 5-gallon can of gas in the trunk.
Again, good deal. Yeah. I don't know where the gas stations are, but it was like 250 miles sometimes between.
They're spread out, but they're definitely reasonably spread out. Like the only time we almost ran out of gas was we drove through the night. We did a 24-hour, actually like a 36-hour stint.
Because we did Denali, and that ate up a lot of time, so we were kind of off schedule.
Where's Denali?
It's to the north of Anchorage.
Okay. Is it in between Anchorage and Fairbanks?
Yes, it's in between Anchorage and Fairbanks. So we went up and
which highway? The east one or the west one?
I'm thinking it's the east one, but he would know.
I don't know the numbers. I can't remember them.
Yeah, it's the one on the east.
People in Alaska right now, and we do have fans in Alaska. I mean, it's a trip I'd like to make. I have no idea when and where.
Yeah. The cars weren't really that different up there than here. But I
have a friend, coworker of mine, Tyler Pangonis, who's up there right now. He's in the Air Force. He likes it.
Pontiacs are very popular up there. I'd say 1 in 5 cars in the Grand Am of some year.
I remember seeing a lot of Toyota pickup trucks.
Yeah,
up there.
There were.
And surprisingly amount of Harleys. Even Harleys with sidecars in the wintertime. It's snowing. Yeah. I see this guy with a Harley in the wintertime. I'm like, all right, Alaska. So, thank you for letting me drive a car that conquered the ALCAN highway.
Yeah.
And certainly has the battle scars to prove it.
Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely.
I don't know if the Falcon will ever get to do something like that, but who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
So thank you so much, Stefan.
Oh, thank you.
Good ride.